Hey everybody, Daniel Bennett here, laying on my tummy. Um, I'm feeling a bit lazy today, and for this particular reaction video, and I'm gonna be laying like this for the duration of the video, just to, do this reaction video, and I'm reacting to another video on the Haunted Reader. With this one being the SCP-682 SCP reading, Dr. Cool. The link to this original video is going to be in the description box down below. If there are any concerns from the Haunted Reader, my email will be, my business email will be in the description box down below. If you want to contact me via email, if you have any concerns, which is fair enough. Now I do know about SCP-682. He's that hard to destroy reptile, and he like if there's still like a good chunk of his body left, like 20% of his, like 20% or something like that, he can regenerate, and he can actually be, and he can also regenerate like the Namekians can from Dragon Ball Z, but also in a sense 682 can become stronger as well, because he gains like 1 or 2 new abilities or something. You know, kind of like how Saiyans have that ability to get stronger when if they get fully healed from their death or something like that. So anyway, the link to this original video on the Haunted Readers YouTube channel is going to be in the description box down below. I'm going to, so let's dive on into the video. As long as it's not a swan dive. Here we go.
Beginning transmission. This is the audio log of Dr. Cool, 05 Council member as well as Supreme Commander of the SCP Task Force 023, aka PGC. Hello, everyone. My apologies for not uploading any files recently. The Foundation has been keeping me busy training new SCP or task force members that have enrolled within the Foundation. Since I had previously served in the armed forces of the U.S. military, I was called into action to train our new cadets, and I am proud to say that potential is high for many of them. Some others could be, well, questionable. Anyway, today I decided to do a audio log on SCP-682, also known as the hard-to-destroy reptile. As many of you here in the Foundation are aware, he is one of the more popular SCPs, as well as one of our more dangerous Cater class SCPs. And I must even say, he is also the one who gave me this mechanical voice by slashing out my voice box during one confrontation. However, the Foundation...
I do know something interesting about SCP-682. I know he really doesn't like SCP-173. It's kind of like he has a fear. It's a bit like a fear because, in a way, because now some people might know this, especially if like some YouTubers have done an SCP video on 682. And maybe done some research. You might know this already, but in one of the and I think I remember watching this on the SCP Readings YouTube channel when they have like SCP-682 going up against other SCPs. In one of them, SCP-682 went up against SCP-173. Now, 682 was aware of 173, how it can't move if you stare at it, and don't break your eye contact. Now these two were having a bit of a stare off which lasted for like an hour or so. Getting bored of this, the snipers were ordered to take out SCP 682's eyes, which not only caused him which not only blinded him, but this in turn allowed 173 to go and slice off his limbs. Now, luckily, because of his regenerative and adapting abilities, he not only that 682 was able to regenerate back to full health, but 682 was also able to as I recall, his adaptive powers allowed him help strengthen him by giving him like an additional 4 or 5 pairs of eyes. So he had like 5 or 6 pairs of eyes now because of the extra eyes he got. So and unfortunately for the SCP Foundation, they weren't able to take out his eyes quick enough because every time they took because he was able to create like a special membrane that will cover his eyes to not only protect his eyes but make them bulletproof in a sense. So, and 682, I think ever since then, I think he sort of developed a type of fear of 173 in case something like this ever happens again. I do apologize. I spent like 3 or so minutes explaining. I do apologize for that.
Was kind enough to give me a voice. So, let us begin today's item. Item number SCP-682, Object Class Cater. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-682 must be destroyed as soon as possible. At this time, no means available to SCP teams are capable of destroying 682, only able to cause massive physical damage. SCP-682 should be contained within a 5 meter times 5 meter times 5 meter chamber with 25 centimeters reinforced acid-resistant steel plate lining in all inside surfaces. The containment chamber should be filled with
hydrochloric acid
until SCP-682 is submerged and incapable of any.
It's pronounced as hydrochloric acid. That's how it's pronounced as.
Containment should be reacted to quickly with full force as called by
hydrochloric acid.
To speak to 682 for fear of provoking a rage state. All unauthorized personnel attempting to communicate with SCP-682 will be restrained and removed by force. Due to this frequent attempts at containment breach, difficulty of containment, and high threat of Foundation explosion, SCP-682 is to be contained in sight. The Foundation will use the best of its resources to maintain any land within 50 kilometers clear of human development. Description: SCP-682 is a large, vaguely reptile-like creature of unknown origin. It appears to be extremely intelligent and was observed to engage in complex communication with SCP-079 during their limited time of exposure. SCP-682 appears to have a hatred of all life, which has been expressed in several interviews during containment, such as at addendum 682-B, which shall be played in this audio file. SCP-682 has always been observed to be extremely high strength, speed, and reflexes, though exact levels vary with its form. SCP-682's physical body grows and changes very quickly, growing or decreasing in size as it consumes or sheds material. SCP-682 gains energy from anything it ingests, organic or inorganic. Digestion seems to be aided by a set of filtering gills.
Just one point that I mentioned, organic would be things like flesh, would be like trees, leaves, flowers, people, animals, insects, things like that. Inorganic would be things like plastic, concrete, metal, things like that.
Inside SCP-682's nostrils, which are able to remove usable matter from any liquid solution. regenerate from the acid it is contained. SCP-682's regenerative capabilities and resilience are staggering, and SCP-682 has been moving and speaking with its body 87% destroyed or rotted. In case of containment breach, SCP-682 is to be tracked and recaptured by all available mobile task forces, and no teams fewer than 7 members are cleared to engage it. To date, attempted breaches have numbered at 17, while successful breaches have numbered at 6. Now, Addendum 682-B is a transcript by Dr. who has done an interview
I hate that
with
noise.
SCP-682 in the attempt to understand why it had recently killed farmers. This audio file does contain some disturbing sounds as well as voices, so viewers beware.
Now, why'd you kill those farmers? If you don't talk now, we'll remove you from this attempt and place you back into...
Dude, you're gonna
Pardon?
die.
Speak up. Move the microphone closer.
He dead. He could die.
The microphone only has so much gain. Move it closer to it. Dude, his throat's messed up. Look at it. He ain't touching it.
Yep, he dead.
Disgusting.
God.
Yeah. Now, for
Yeah, it's good for these videos I upload aren't child friendly because my channel is in no way child friendly, bitch.
our first occurrence was handled by.
Why?
There are
Why?
breaches, of course.
I fucking hate that sound. It creeps me out sometimes.
Be recorded. However, unfortunately, most of
I don't know what creeps me out more, that sound or having some random person
as
tickle
well as a
me.
couple of the agents and mobile task force members. Now, here was a few logs from me. Since I am the expert of Cater class objects here in the Foundation, the Council had left me to decide on the termination of 682, which, as you all may expect, I am very gracious of such a decision. However, Addendum 682-E termination orders, log of the event 682-E18, Dr. Cool Moi attempts to use SCP-409 on SCP-682, General, and Dr. Observer. At 400 hours, there was exposure. SCP-682 began to tear at the point of contact, causing mass trauma to the area. SCP-682 requests several times to know what it has been exposed to. At 0800 hours, crystallation begins, spreading much slower than normal. At 1200 hours, SCP-682 shows signs of extreme pain and begins having seizures. At 1300 hours, crystallation stops at 62% conversion. Crystallized areas explode, causing massive physical trauma to SCP-682. At 1400 hours, SCP-682 recovers from exposure. Despite the loss of limbs and organs, SCP-682 begins regeneration, stating that it will attempt to kill and consume all staff involved in Event 682-E18. For the time being, SCP-682 appears to now be immune to SCP-049. Use of other SCP items to terminate SCP-682 must now first be tested on samples of 682 before full-scale testing. In accordance with me and my recommendations, I have also consulted Dr. as we have all requested to attempt the termination of 682 using SCP-689. The request is currently been pending by my colleagues of the O5 Council. It has also been suggested
Does the O5 Council aren't doing shit at all because they haven't done shit to try and kill me.
in an attempt to communicate with
Because SCP-682 is hard to kill.
SCP-182
That's why it's called the hard to destroy reptile.
and refuses to enter the containment
Because it's hard to destroy him.
if at all possible. I shall also be uploading the remaining tests that we have conducted on SCP.
There's no way I'll be an 05 council member.
This is experimental.
I ain't gonna do any of this crazy stuff, hell no.
OC-18.
I hope nobody's gonna want me to play the role of an 05 council. The only time I would actually play the role of an 05 council is if the 05 council I play as is gonna die. Bear in mind the link to this original video is in the description box, so you can check out the original video if you want.
So, not to worry.
I know this video ain't sponsored.
I intend to kill the thing very, very soon. Anyway, that is all the time I have for today. This is Dr. Cool, 05 Command, signing out. Hello, this is 682 here. Please, for your fucking lives, click the subscribe and like button below. Otherwise, I will have to kill every one of you.
I'd like to see you try. Because you ain't getting out, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't getting out, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. I was trying to do an impression of Cody from the SML videos, but I can't do a good job of that impression. Anywho, that probably looked very creepy to you lot, as it probably felt for me, as I've probably felt doing that. Now with now this is probably weird. I don't even know what the hell to say. SCP-682. I can see him being one tough opponent to beat, especially if this was especially if he was in the Dragon Ball Z universe. If he was a character like the Dragon Ball Z universe, he would probably be one tough bastard to beat. I do apologize for my cursing. It says I want to reassure you two that none of my videos are child friendly, for obvious reasons. Anyway, link to this original video on the Haunted Readers channel is going to be in the description box down below, so you don't need to worry about that. Also, I can't get used to having the camera this way, right there, because I usually have my webcam on because my Logitech camera is usually on my monitor, so this is kind of weird having the camera right there. And which means that you'll have to see my ugly mug at eye level, and I'm probably scaring the doo-doo out of people just by actually being here on camera. So I probably should hide my face or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this reaction video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe and whatnot. And until next time, bye bye for now, or goodbye for now.